Welcome to the zone where geeks collide, where comics and heroes come alive. Marvel, DC, Starfleet in the mix. Lightsabers flash, we're nerding out quick. Rican's the name of the show. Dive into the worlds you already know. From the big screens to the comic store. Super stories and so much more.
What's up, mi gente? This is Mo from Rican. I'm with
Spawn of Satan.
And this is Rican's Nerds on the Street edition.
Yes,
right?
Definitely on the street.
We're here at the site of what is now considered Hector Lavoe Way.
Mm-hmm.
And
we just pulled the sign down. So
I know, it's a very proud moment to say the least.
Historical moment, yeah.
From when I was younger and hearing my parents play the songs, I'm like, I'm just amazed that I'm actually standing here after all of this, not only in front of the building that he grew up in, but also now with the family that had been here to meet him, as well as the people behind making this happen. I mean, there was a lot of working parts, but it was just so amazing when they pulled the strip off and then you see it and it's just actual, boom, man. I was like, I was ready to cry because it was just so emotional in that moment. You know, man's legacy will live on always on this street. But I digress. Proud to be a Puerto Rican, but I'm also a nerd. So let's get into the nerd news of the day. What do you got, Sam?
So it was just announced that John Bernthal, his casting-wise for the new Spider-Man movie.
You look, the hands are standing up again.
I'm really excited. Punisher is one of my favorite characters, and I'm so stoked to see what they're going to be bringing with him to the table. I really hope that also like Daredevil gets announced sometime soon because we need to see them together.
But wait, there's more. Because with that, I mean, I know if you have Bernthal, there's got to be a hint of Daredevil. And I know it's rumors and spricking about, but tell you the truth, I can feel it. And then not to mention the rumor that they put out that guess who? Mark is going to be there as the Incredible Hulk. Because in the comic books, the She-Hulk was featured. Now you're going to have the Incredible Hulk. So, yeah, am I going bananas? No. I'm okay.
Just a little banana.
I'm okay. I'm good. Trying to keep it together, not get too emotional, because this is going to be a good.
I know I'm going to be
film.
Emotional when I see him on.
We both will.
I'm going to scream.
What?
For me, also too, John Bernthal and I share the same birthday, so it's like another connection. Like I genuinely love this man as Punisher. He's just phenomenal.
He is a phenomenal actor to say the least. I remember him in The Accountant with Ben Affleck, and now
originally know him as Shane from Walking Dead.
I've seen all the Punisher films, Punisher War Journal, and then the Thomas Jane version of the Punisher
with
Puerto Rican. Walter. But
I'm already calling him that he's Puerto Rican because the movie starts out in Puerto Rico with the whole family reunion going on.
And that's Thomas Jane, because like, come on, man, you started off in Puerto Rico? Hello.
He's one of us.
I mean, out of all the iterations, I'd say Bernthal is number one. I'm going to say it right now. Bernthal is number one. A close second, definitely Thomas Jane. Okay, that, these two, they have made some great, exciting features to watch as far as playing the part of the Punisher. I mean, Dolph Lundgren is like below the camera. You can't see that. No, I'm sorry, Dolph, but your version in the 80s?
He was good too. It's just that I think John brought like this gravitas to the role that was missing, and not saying that Thomas was missing anything, but like he definitely like gave the character more depth of like emotional depth that we were missing in a lot of the other iterations.
Of course. I mean, when I watched Bernthal's first season of Punisher, I didn't know, and I'm gonna be honest when I say this, I didn't know if I wanted to cry or kill myself, because that's the wave of emotions that you're feeling when you're watching him. One moment he's dispensing his sort of punishment, not justice, punishment. And then when he's alone, he can't stop revisiting the loss of his family. And it's like, dude, it's like, you feel it here. And it's like, damn, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I wanted to kill myself to end this pain or just cry,
Yeah.
unimaginably cry like a little girl,
Yeah.
lost in an ugly cry
Yeah,
that bad.
he makes us feel like we lost our family, and I
Exactly.
think that and with the first season with him and Daredevil, like it was an introductory character that a lot of people know and have a lot of ideas on what it should be, and when he claimed the role, yeah, he really, that emotional upheaval, like it felt like it was ours. It didn't feel like we were just watching it on the screen. It was like, no, this is our family that died, our issues,
Our tragedy,
yeah.
our pain, and we went through it from season one all the way to season three. And I think, and I can't even begin to tell you which one was more gruesome, because all three of them had huge body counts all over the place.
Just deserved body count.
I can't even begin to fathom, any movie that even came close to the body parts this man committed. All three put together.
Well, Warzone kind of had.
He's on that John Wick level,
yes,
right there. That John Wick level.
Yeah, definitely.
And you don't get any higher than John Wick. I mean, he is the Marvel's Baba Yaga. Okay, he is the boogeyman,
Yep.
or who you call to kill the boogeyman.
Yep.
Definitely. Okay, so.
That'd be a cool team up. John Wick and Punisher.
Oh, what? What? Stop that. I got chills in the back of my neck at just the thought of John Wick and the Punisher getting together. Ooh, look, hair standing up again. Stop it. A moment. I will breathe.
I'm just looking forward to I hope they bring Daredevil in, because I just want to see more of Daredevil and Punisher fighting like an old married couple. That's like my favorite. Their interactions in the comics are some of my favorites. So to see more of it on screen too is just, I love it.
I know he respects Daredevil for what he does, but in essence, he doesn't care for his brand of justice.
I think he's a little jealous of it too.
Yeah. In second season, they made it clear. It's like they're arguing back and forth. It's like with me, the Punisher's like, with me, one and done. You never have to worry about him again. You send him to jail, and then what? A couple of hours later, he's out. A couple of months or whatever, and then you're back at it again. Look, sometimes there are good ideas, and then there are those that you got to go, really? And yeah, Punisher's idea of handling it, you go, really? But at the same time, you go, yeah. Sometimes that kind of brand of justice has to be delivered.
Yeah.
Because if you're a repeat offender, I mean, even in the DC universe with Batman and the Joker, it's like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Why didn't you end his brother to begin with?
There's a lot of his characters that should have been put down. And I understand the not wanting to kill and feeling like that's like a level to not cross, but sometimes I feel like it needs to be crossed. Like there are just some people who are just not redeemable, no matter what you do, and it's just
like they demonstrated that in DC's Injustice. I mean, Superman took care of it in one shot, one punch to the heart, done. That's it.
One.
Talk about a punchline, as he put it, the Joker.
Literally.
Oh man, so okay, what's next? Because I know you got more on me.
So more, I guess, on Marvel and DC. We've got the upcoming war between them coming up. So we've got Fantastic Four and Superman.
Yeah.
I've said it before. Like, I don't think it's a question more so like who's going to be winning this war. It's more of a question of like, is Superman going to redeem the DCU finally? Because it's been what 18 years now of the Marvel movies that they've had established consistent world building, whereas DC has like kind of rebooted a few times and has stuck with similar characters.
Let's not say reboot. Let's say whitewash, rinse and repeat. Batman, Superman, rinse and repeat. Batman, Superman, rinse and repeat. and then before, I mean, even with Cavill in theaters and Hoechlin on TV, this guy, Gunn had the nerve to say that we had to cancel that show, which was award-winning, had the highest ratings that you can think of at the time, to say that people are going to get confused. What's there to be confused about? He's Superman. The only difference between the two is that he's a father first and a husband second, as well as protector of the planet Earth. Great, but that is the one Superman that has all the elements and different stories and ways to even look at it, especially since he's a father and he's got to deal with, teenage sons. And, having a teenager at one time in my life, I know what that was like. So in that essence, it's different, and people are not going to get confused. And with Henry Cavill, I mean, like I said, Zack Snyder tried to create a realistic version to today's times. How would the Man of Steel handle things?
Yeah, more
So,
grounded version that
Mhm.
didn't seem as unreachable to certain people and wasn't as cosmic. He seemed more like someone we could meet on the street and interact with, you know. So
definitely, definitely, and just the thought of it, just the thought of it, I loved, and I do hate that they took him out like the way they did. I mean,
yeah,
it was sad, but disrespectful in my opinion. You know, if you were gonna do this, at least try to do it right. Close out an ending like what he had with Black Adam. I mean, you could still have that whole movie with him and Black Adam and still make money because that is the business of entertainment,
yeah.
to make money. So how are you not going to make money if you created a Superman versus Black Adam after that with Henry Cavill leading that? You've already demonstrated you have Crisis and you have Infinite Earths. You can make that a story where this is on not on the prime Earth, but in a different Earth, Henry Cavill's Superman. It's like this other director, I can't remember his name for the moment, but he wanted to do Superman Red Sun, and he wants Cavill to play the part of the Russian Superman, or at least he'll speak Russian, but
Yeah.
he's still Kryptonian. And
That'd be dope.
I was like, yeah, there we go. The hairs are standing up again, and I'm telling you, this is the art of making money, and it shouldn't be well. I'll making you watch. No, it should be just like Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige just demonstrated if you listen to the audience, you create what the audience want, and guess what? They're gonna throw money at you like a stripper, bro, constantly, just to watch it and watch it and watch it. And I can count in one hand alone how many bad films that were made, and they weren't even that like bad.
Not that they were still successful considering,
Yes.
even though they're bombs.
Yeah,
And
they still
I
brought
think
in money.
With Feige too, it also shows like how much you have to trust the source material and devote yourself to the source material. Whereas with DC, it's a lot of the executives who aren't into the source material, who just see the money aspect, and then we're like, oh well, you know, if this didn't work, we're just gonna reboot it, or we're gonna do this or change that. Whereas they don't have enough people who are working on it who actually, like, I personally believe, care about these characters and care about the story development and want to see it progress into something bigger.
Exactly. I mean, again, I appeal to you as I've done so many times. DC,
DC,
look.
come on, man. I'm rooting
Look
for
and
you.
listen to your audience. We're trying to tell you something. You're not listening. Yeah, you listened to Aquaman on the first trial. You listened to Wonder Woman on the first one. Hell, and even in Man of Steel, it broke like almost 600 to 700 million, and that was
Yeah,
good.
that movie was so good.
Originally an original story with a little bit of realism tapped on top of it. You had something going, and yeah, okay, people didn't like Ben Affleck in the beginning, loved him in the end though.
Yeah.
Before you killed it, and he was ready to direct one. I mean, this is a guy who got an Academy Award for Argo. So how can you not find someone better who's already playing the role and has already directed an Academy Award winning film?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Are you not interested in money? Are you going to say, well, we don't want to throw it away? You are throwing it away, but you're taking a chance on characters now, the way they are, and storytelling, so that way you can capitalize, because people are going
Yeah.
to come and see it,
Yeah.
but not at your direction, but at ours, because you listen to us like Marvel did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but hey, keep going the way you're going. At some point,
I think also this movie, if it's successful, will kind of, I'm hoping, be their way to see that, hey, maybe there is a consistency that we could follow through with, or it just might well be as bad as a lot of people are expecting it to be, and might be like the thing that shoots DC like universe into its grave, and might actually be like, hey, after this, we really don't want to see another Superman. We don't want to see another Batman. Like, we put our foots down and say, you know what, we're done. Like, we're just gonna stick with Marvel.
Exactly. I mean, if you shoot yourself in the foot, then you shot yourself in the foot. You put your eggs in one basket and they crumble. Oh well, at least you got scrambled eggs. What can I say? And we'll be back with some more Ricans after we pay some bills. See you in a bit.
Hello, are you a business person, an artist, a performer, or are you just having an event, party, meeting or more, and you need to stand out? Well, let us help you with our team. We can even design something for you with our low prices and great package deals. Together we can make you stand out from the others. Contact us via email for more information at info@lalomainc.com. We also can help you plan your events. We are a network and have everything from printing sound systems from LDM Radio to video production from the LDM network. We at La Loma Inc. are the one-stop place for everything, and together we can help your business and personal life. We hope to hear from you and hope that we can do business together.
Come, let's play. LDM Radio. Come, let's play. Fun is what we crave.
Let's go.
You're listening to New York City's LDM Radio. Another long stretch of continuous music.
Back into time. Flashback.
New York City's LDM Radio.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
What's up, my Puerto Ricans? We're back. Puerto Ricans, the Nerd on the Street edition. Okay, so during the break, we had a little bit of a friendly discussion, about the next iteration of the war between Marvel and DC, and that is, of course, Marvel's Fantastic Four.
The
first family.
Yes.
I mean, you know what? 4 times probably is a charm.
Well, I don't know if it's 4 times a charm. I think that now, because it's under the Marvel umbrella, we're finally going to see what they've been trying to do with a lot of the other movies that they didn't get to attempt or successfully bring to light.
True, because again, when we're talking about this before, when we were looking at projects being done, I kept on saying, come on, this is like bad direction all in itself. But she is right about one thing.
I said
It boils
executives,
down to
not
the
so much.
executives. It boils down to the executives who then look and then they say, yeah, you know what, we need this. Oh, yeah, we need that. Look, I always say this. If you're not a comic book fan and you don't understand the comic in any way, and you're trying to look at it from the standpoint, well, I want to make sure my investment turns out, then you give it into the hands of someone who knows the source material and can create that, and you leave him the hell alone. Let him pull the final product. Take a look at it for what it's worth. Get a bunch of nerd fans sitting in there for your test printing. If they go bonkers, guess what? Cha-ching!
Yeah.
Greatest
definitely.
example of that, and I say this with the most honesty, Ryan Reynolds. Brilliant maneuver. About to sit down, talk to people. I mean, it's been 10 years in the making for Deadpool.
Well,
And
that only happened because they leaked the footage.
Yeah, he leaked the footage.
Because they weren't ready to make that movie. They were like, oh, we don't really know if this is something that's viable.
Exactly.
And then the footage got leaked by
And
someone.
then a million
people went
overnight
nuts.
saw it. An executive said, how much again? And they
What
wrote
do
it
you
down
mean?
and they
We
said,
love
here you go.
Deadpool.
What? Love
Yeah.
is an understatement. I have a passion for that brother. And Ryan, oh my God, again, the merc with the mouth. That I cannot see no other being the merc with the mouth.
Yeah.
And that's just all honesty. But I'm so glad that maneuver was made to make this movie happen.
That was a very smart move on their part. Where
The
they were
smartest.
like, you know what, like, let's just drop this. Whoever it was that dropped it, because they've never released it, obviously, for
Of course not.
legal reasons. Whoever you are, I hope that your pillow is cold every night and that you sleep very nicely.
Very well. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. And Jan Reynolds. But again, it just shows an example that when someone is comic savvy and understands the source material, they know what to bring out. I mean, from that point forward, he's had creative control over it. Even on the third one, when executives would want this one,
Yeah.
no, not gonna happen. Not on this film. Between him and the director, they did a brilliant job, and they created a masterpiece in that third film with him and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Oh, I brought
And the
back the
fact that
Wolverine.
they kept so much of it under wraps was, I think, very shocking to me when I saw it, because I heard no rumors at all about any of the characters that were going to pop up. And then when I went to see, I was like, what? Wait, what? Electro? Wait, what is going on? Wait, Remy, what the hell? I was like, this
And
is
then the
crazy.
one man I was dying to see, Blade.
Oh, man.
Oh.
The screams in the theater when he came out were
Yeah.
amazing.
If you don't believe me how powerful this man is as far as his presence, go on YouTube and go Deadpool 3 reaction Blade.
Yeah.
You'll get that scene. And every time, I think I watched maybe 10 of them,
Yeah.
all had the same reaction. What?
Yeah.
What? Let's go!
And I think a lot of people didn't expect it to happen because they were under the impression that they hated each other, and that's not true. That was just rumors that were spread around, and so and they kind of played it off too, like, hey, you know what? Let's go.
You never
we'll run
liked
with
me.
this.
You never liked me, he said. I never did.
Yeah, they really pulled it off. They pulled one over everybody, which I think in Marvel history is a very hard thing to do. So, yeah, I have to give them the credit for that.
Definitely credit, full
yeah,
credit.
I'm excited to see
now,
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm, actual thing, CGI.
Lou, even though he's not here, he's excited to see his boy toy.
Oh my God! And then Johnny Storm.
Yes.
I love that scene in the trailer when he's like saying, "You're gonna be a daddy. You're gonna be so good." No, you're so way out of your depth.
You know, I was just thinking right now, I'm really excited. Like if they do like any more like crossover movies, like him and Spider-Man's relationship in the comic books, their friendship is like one of my favorite friendships. So
yes.
To see that kind of grow would be also really cool. So yeah,
because that's why it belongs at Marvel. Mm-hmm. No offense, Fox. You definitely
all the offense, Fox.
Yeah, offense given. They really crapped the bed on this one.
On a lot of
every iteration brought out. I'm like, really? I mean, yeah, you brought in Michael B. Jordan on the last one. Okay, nice. But really?
Yeah. That movie, I think, would have actually been really successful if it also hadn't had the issue with the executives making some of the choices that they did, and just a lot of like the behind-the-scenes stuff that was going on. So, yeah.
Again,
really good.
Executives out there from the higher brands on across, if you're going to make a film
Step out of the
that
kitchen.
is part of fandom that people love, stick to what is the core that makes that fandom great. You try throwing in stuff new and changing things around because somebody says, oh, it's a woke initiative, you should make at least 90% of them women. No. You should still tell the story, have women in power in it. Yes, women who are strong, women who
There's
who
a lot
can
of
demonstrate it's possible.
characters that are already in the universes that exist, so it's not that hard.
Exactly. So it's not that hard. You can put in a couple of characters and you're done. You don't have to bring in 90% women just to do it. Just do it with one character and you'll be surprised. Star Trek has done it like forever.
Yeah.
Star Trek captains, whether they're white, especially African American blacks, Sonequa Martin, I love you. I adore you. And I hope that you Storm in this iteration of the X-Men.
She would be amazing.
I would love to see you as Storm. Nubian goddess, princess. Oh my God. So just putting that out there. And I got to tell you, when you take the elements from what I've seen already, people griping in fans, a female Silver Surfer?
And?
It was in the comics already, so I don't know what you're griping about. But the thing is, that was the only, with the element of the fact that it's taking place in the 60s in a different universe. It's like the 60s, the cars and the ideas, all there. And then you bring in the Silver Surfer. But the thing is, in this iteration, you're not bringing a cloud-like shape of Galactus. Galactus is walking tall and strong. So in that respect, I got to say, this, I think, is going to be a brilliant piece, a cinematic masterpiece that's going to cross over. And of course, it's part of Doomsday that's coming up anyway. So, as Ben Grimm would say it, it's clobbering time, baby.
Speaking of crossovers.
Oh, what do you have?
Going back onto the DC Marvel thing. So DC Marvel comic book event right now, their crossover event. We know that the Deadpool Batman is about to drop on both ends. They also announced that one of the next iterations is going to be, they have Captain America and Wonder Woman. And then the other one, I believe, is Daredevil and Green Arrow. And I'm really excited for that because they have Kevin Smith coming back, who's written amazing storylines for both. And he's going to be, I think, on both sides writing for both sides, DC and Marvel. So I'm fangirling hard. Extremely hard.
I'm fanboying with Kevin Smith because he's my idol. I love everything he's done.
Got to see his when he first came back.
Exactly. Yeah. And when I found out that in some of the iterations of The Flash, the show, he directed a few episodes in there, and I go back to those episodes and now I know why I loved it so much, because he directed it, because he's a comic book nerd just like the rest of us, but he knew how to tell that story. And that's the one thing that's needed. People who know how to tell that story and bring it to life. Because trust me, when you do, people like us will be invested. We're going to throw money up in the air. It's going to rain. You're going to probably look for the stripper poles. They may not be there, but it's just going to be a big screen with nothing but the Flash, the Superman, or Batman, whoever it is, up there bringing us joy, which is the things that we enjoyed growing up and reading in that respect.
What are you looking forward to seeing in the issues? Like, I was joking around. I was like, watch Wonder Woman fall in love with Captain America.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like,
especially his name is Steve.
His name is Steve, for one, but he's got great set of morals. He's an amazing man.
And he's got super soldier storm, so he can pretty much handle what Wonder Woman got to throw. I think that's probably the lowest
on her list of what's needed in a man. But I'm curious to see what that storyline is going to bring to the table and how their iteration is going to go. But I'm looking forward to Daredevil and Green Lantern's banter because they're both jerks, right? They're both have this sense of humor that is
I'm going to give the bigger mouth to Daredevil.
Daredevil, Daredevil's going to get himself punched a couple of times.
He will.
He's going to get himself tapped out.
He's going to get it, bro. He's going to get it.
Oh, my God. Don't let Daredevil near any of Green Lantern's women.
No.
Don't let Green Lantern anywhere near Daredevil's women. They're going to, oh, my God.
It's going to be a wrap in that respect.
Playboys going at each other. Oh, my God.
You kidding me? What is it, with Black Canary?
Daredevil will fold. He will be like, oh, man, I'm going to give everything for this right now.
And then Green Lantern going after Elektra.
Elektra will probably kill Green Arrow.
No, she'll put a sign in his buttocks just to remind them who he's messing with.
She's gonna be like, all right, sure, try it.
Elektra, not just shriek that doesn't belong there. It's a pincushion. Deal with it.
Oh my God, yeah.
In that respect,
there's
just so many. But again, Batman and Deadpool. I can see pretty much. I know at some point he's gonna punch him in the mouth because you can't keep the roof with the mouth quiet.
He has to. He's either gonna at one point try to be like, okay, you know what? This might be the first time I willingly kill someone because I know you can't die. This might be the first time Batman breaks his code and says, you know what? You can't die.
But you need to shut up.
Let's go.
He's going to try everything.
Let's rumble.
To shut him up.
That would be great to see. Batman break his rules strictly for Daredevil, for Deadpool, because he can't die.
Oh, he knows he can't die, so he's going to try and shut him up. Even if he gets about, 30 seconds of bliss? Hello.
I could also see maybe how he finds out, maybe Deadpool takes a hit for him or somehow dies in front of Batman and Batman's kind of all messed up over it. And then Deadpool comes back you really love me.
I could so see that.
I
can so see that.
Yeah.
But I can also see him going after Catwoman.
Oh my God, Deadpool.
Meow.
Yeah.
He'll be the human scratch pad for her.
Deadpool.
Just saying.
He would let himself be.
He would.
He would ask her.
I would tell her, my back, all yours.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see how they bring to life all these different. And it's great because it's not like we're just getting one issue. We're getting two separate issues for all of these crossovers. So it's going to be on the DC side and Marvel side. So it's going to be really cool to see how both sides kind of tackle both of these characters in their own way.
And I'm curious at how the fans voted in that too. So we want to see that when the mix-ups happen, they've already settled on who's going to be a winner whichever way, and then leave it up to the fans, and then give the fans what they want, because that's the way it's done. The same thing with the movies.
Yeah.
Listen to the fans, give us what we want, don't make it too complicated, and guess what?
Make it fun.
Definitely make it fun. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And with that, we'll be back with more Puerto Ricans after another brief message.
Hi, I am Charles Aloma, and I am the owner of the LDM Network. and I hope that you're enjoying this episode. But if you want to see past episodes of this show or any other of our shows, go to the ldmnetwork.net. We have large contents of different type of shows, and we even have podcasts. So again, check them out at ldmnetwork.net. So without further ado, let's get back to this episode.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Nerdy Ricans. We're here on the streets doing our little thing right now, trying to stay cool. So we were just talking about the Marvel DC crossover and stuff like that, and there's been a lot of announcements this week on certain things coming out. Speaking of announcements,
we already just saw a brief video, and it's not an IA fake. This was the real deal. IA, intelligence, artificial intelligence. But this is not a fake. This is real stuff. And I have to say, excited is just an understatement when I heard that Spaceballs is back for Spaceballs 2. That's right. Mel Brooks and Rick Moranis.
Coming out of retirement.
That's
such a big deal. I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a deal that is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is huge. He's coming out of retirement to do this film. I am beyond overjoyed.
Yeah.
My hairs have not only straightened out and went back into curly mode and they're back where they belong, but I'm so elated. I mean, such a huge fan. I mean, of course, personally, I will be missing, and I will say this honestly with heavy heart, I will be missing, what's his name? John Candy. I will miss John Candy. Rest in peace, my brother. You are the man. You are the man. But so looking forward to see what 2 is going to be all about. Oh, I mean, this is the mastermind behind Blazing Saddles, History of the World. Oh, I mean, I could go on and on. Life Sucks. That was a personal favorite too. Life Sucks.
Yeah.
And Spaceballs. So just to see what he's going to bring now to the second
he's also
iteration.
Johnny Dangerously, isn't he?
Huh?
Didn't he do Johnny Dangerously?
No, he didn't do Johnny Dangerously. That's a different actor, which we also know well.
Yeah.
But I can't wait, bro. I'm just that elated to the idea that bringing a very childhood. No, actually, that was in my teens.
It is the only Star Wars spoof to have ever existed.
The only
as far as I know.
Yeah, the only spoof, and most successful spoof of them all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Part 2 has to be called The Search for More Money, because remember that's how
it should. The Search for More Money. Yeah, he does one. Oh my God, it's just. Oh, I digress. I look forward to it. I can't wait to see it. But also, there are more announcements of another beloved film that's soon to come out.
I'll take this one away. So it was announced. Again, also, it was like a quick little blurb that they did a video for that there's going to be a Harold and Kumar Part 2 coming out. And I'm stoked. This is like me and my mom's favorite movie. So like I can't wait to go and see this. And I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing. Because even like I think nowadays, like if they had made that first one, I don't think it would have been as successful as it was.
Nope.
But also like the fan base for it too is like has grown with that movie. Same thing like how a lot of comedy movies would not have been that from back then would not be as successful now if they're made today. I'm so curious to see what they're going to be bringing to the table, how they're going to be updating the universe. Are they going to bring back Neil Patrick Harris? Are they going to like?
There's so much.
Yeah.
So many questions, but just the one that's been answered. Harold and Kumar are back, baby. They're back.
It'd be great if in this movie they own a White Castle.
Oh,
right? That'd be great. Oh my God.
That would be so huge. They own a White Castle. Right. What better way to start it off? And then what adventures they're going to have next to follow? What stoners are going to come across, to say the least?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, they didn't have Cheech and Chong in the first movie. Are they going to? That would be great if they have them in this one.
Willie Nelson, the brothers back. Yes.
Have a whole bunch of like iconic stoners in this movie would be amazing. But if they don't call it like a travel to White Castle, it'd be like maybe Harold and Kumar go to Five Guys.
There's a thought. You guys are listening to this, just in case you make them famous as well. Five Guys, you could thank us later. Free burgers, fries,
That'd
whatever.
be dope.
That's nothing asking for much. But now, next on the list, our favorite of all, which is
Oh, okay.
Strange New World Season 3.
Yes, I'm so excited for season 3. It's dropping in July. They just announced that they are casting a character from the original series, Dr. Corby, who we know as the scientist that Christine Chapel is engaged to, and who created the android of Kirk, and who himself went crazy and kind of became an android as well. That just rewatching the original series, that episode was one of my favorite ones. I think of that season too. They did a lot of crazy stuff in it. They had that giant was chasing them.
But that giant, for any fans of the old shows are concerned, all right, was Lurch from the Addams Family.
Yes.
So if you watch the original Addams Family television show, you will find that Lurch, that actor, also played that character on Star Trek in the original series.
Yeah.
So, again, stoked.
Yeah.
Even though they announced ahead of time that season 5 will be the last.
Yeah, that's another
And
thing
I'm like,
that's really sad.
I'm like sad because, this show brought back the roots that I fell in love with as a kid growing up watching Star Trek.
And it's bringing a lot to the lore as well. Like, even though it's like there's things that are a little bit different now that don't make a little bit of sense when you're watching the original series, but kind of do in the long run, because like these are characters developing in their younger years and whatnot. So bringing it back to them as like, they were like what, in their 30s. I think Kirk was like 34 in like the second season.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and this is them in their early 20s. Like I think Spock was like 26 or 27 now. Uhura's only like 23, 24. So like this is their early 20s. And this iteration is so far like probably one of my favorites Star Trek series.
But rumors, conjecture, and thoughts have been spread about the fact that since they introduced Paul Wesley as Captain Kirk, and they brought in, though I forgot the actor's name, but his character's playing is Scotty, and I'm like giving the old Vulcan eyebrow here. Like, I would not be surprised if they continued onward and Strange New Worlds became the TOS series all over again with Paul Wesley,
talk about that,
and just come up with some, instead of just repeating the same stuff, but bringing new stories as part of the 5-year mission that was never completed, because they only did 3. So this could be the continuation of and completion of the 5-year mission that Kirk had started. So again, and Starfleet Academy is just around the corner since they finished wrapping, so that will wind up being the next 2 shows coming out there. I personally, Paramount, I plead with you, I beg for you to bring, Star Trek Legacy to life. I want to see 7 of 9 as she's been duly appointed captain of the USS Enterprise G. Girlfriend deserves it. A Borg, a half Borg. As captain? Yeah. Again, who would have thought? But Jerry Ryan has always been my favorite actress. I mean, beautiful, sexy, as they intended to, but she had character about her. Her learning character from when she was on Voyager all the way to she became a Ferris Ranger in Picard. Total evolution. And then her, by the 3rd season, joining Starfleet, being, first officer and then becoming captain. Whew! I got to tell you, I was like, I hope they bring it to life and they put it up on the screen, because I'm telling you, we're talking gold here. If you're going to continue the legacy, please continue the legacy that is Star Trek. And yes, with Jerry Ryan as 7 of 9 on the Enterprise G. Yeah.
But going back to the season, like how they announced season 5 going to be the ending, I think it would be smart for them to end it with the menagerie storyline, because it's kind of what they've been leading to right now with the whole thing with Pike and him seeing the future and whatnot. I think that'd be a really cool like ending to Strange New Worlds, because then after that, because they've talked about wanting to do an original series, and then it picking up when they do the original series after the 3rd season, after the 3rd year mission.
I would only say this, as far as if it was to happen that way, change the ending.
Technical
always
difficulties.
ever exciting in the Bronx, as you can hear. An emergency always out there, and our brave men in red out there to go ahead and take care of it. But I would like them to change the ending because they've already hinted in an episode where there's technology out there that can bring him back from the state of what he's in that chair. So instead of like the original ending where they meet the Tholians who just give him, in his thoughts of whatever, that he can go ahead and dream on in his mind. Take him back to that planet where they use the child. Let the female forgive and see him and say, we will do it, and bring him back. Of course, can't go back to Starfleet now, but at least for the rest of his life, he can live out fully human, together, and just enjoy his retirement until his time. That's all I could say, because I think that's much more of a better fitting ending than him sitting in a chair with three lights as the only means of conversation he could have. I mean, like he said, it's the death of the person he used to be. I would say, in that instance, bring him back to what he used to be. He may not be able to rejoin Starfleet, but at least he'll be able to enjoy life as a human.
I think it also, like, we personally really just want to see more Anson Mount. Like, I love his portrayal as Pike, so like I would love to see him more. Yeah.
I mean, I cannot see I can't see anybody doing Pike. I mean, yes, was it Jeffrey Hunter, who had played the original Pike, but again, it was all right for one.
Bruce Greenwood was a really good one from the Kelvin timeline.
Who?
Bruce Greenwood.
Yeah, Bruce Greenwood too was another good one, but not Mount. Mount, from the time he came on in Discovery Season 2, I was like, and I was vested all the way, and wrote so many times my name. I can't begin to tell you how many times for the letter campaign to make Strange New Worlds happen. And when it happened, I was elated. I still am, and I'm hoping for a really better ending for him.
It's gonna be bittersweet seeing it end, but
bittersweet, but still a good ending and a legacy that will last until the next generation of kids come on and watch all of this and say, "Wow, that was good." And I would say, yeah, it was great. Not good, great.
And speaking on legacies, we've got a legacy character that we can talk about that their comic book has a new edition going on, and you're wearing them on your chest.
And with that, we're going to come back after a few messages and talk about the big green guy himself. All right, stay tuned. What's up, mi gente? We are back. Puerto Ricans, the street edition, okay? And before the break, as Sam would put it, or excuse me, Spawn of Satan said it, we have to talk about the big G-Man here, because the G-Man is now going to be in the Marvel comic books now, known as Godzilla Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
And, I mean, it has him at first going up against the X-Men, going up against everyone. So I'm like, whoa, who is going to survive the onslaught of Godzilla? What do you think?
Who would survive? I think, realistically speaking, Wolverine will survive, because Wolverine, he's kind of like unable to die. Wolverine and Deadpool, definitely. Deadpool, I can see outliving it, because they both have the ability to regenerate even from like molecules. So I
hope he has a molecule left over, because if he gets hit with the Godzilla breath, I mean, he's tiny.
I could see Deadpool running in and be like, "Just take me."
Yeah, I could see that.
I could definitely see that. He would be so like here for it. It's like, I get to die at the hands of a giant monster. Let's go.
Yeah, that would be Deadpool's way to go out. On the other hand, there was one article that showed that Iron Man teamed up with him, and he actually gave Godzilla an Iron Man suit.
Yeah,
a suit of armor.
Decked out in the armor.
He was like the red and gold Mecha Godzilla, but without the mecha, just basically just armor around him. I'm like, he must have. I mean, knowing this, I could not fathom Tony Stark not thinking the man's full of energy. let's tap in that energy and make the suit be powerful.
Yeah,
I
'cause he
mean,
had the arm blaster. He had everything.
instead of having just the atomic breath, but also have atomic pulsers. Oh my God! And then he'll fly, boot jets that he can fly.
That's
Oh,
the only thing that holds Godzilla back is that he can't fly.
oh,
That's it.
just
Like,
the thought of the
that's
G-Man in an Iron Man suit flying, taking on I don't know
overpowered.
what, but what?
Broken. Just
Oh.
broken. What?
Oh my God! I mean, it's just amazing. You know, it's like you got to tip your hat off to the writers behind this because, damn.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, sometimes they do things that are so fantastic. Other times that you just want to go, "What are you smoking? Give me
Well,
some."
Speaking of that, there's also IDW has that. They have a kaiju human hybrid that they're bringing into the
Oh,
storyline
Godzilla,
on
yes,
Godzilla.
IDW. Oh, I love these.
I had a
things.
huge giggle fit on that because I was like, "Oh man, does that imply either that someone depending on because I think it takes place like 70 years after a lot of the movies take place. So it's like in the future. Like, has the world become that like damaged that like humans are evolving into kaiju, or like did someone sleep with the kaiju? Because respect.
Sleep with the. I'm not gonna touch that one. That's just almost too
There's
easy.
a whole fandom for that. All right.
That's just almost too easy when I think about it. But when it comes to the fact that there's a Godzilla human hybrid,
Yeah.
I would not find it impossible.
Well, we don't know if it's a Godzilla human hybrid. They just said it's a kaiju human hybrid.
Right.
So.
But the only reason why I believe that more is
So the
people
tail.
turn into the Toho version movie called Shin Godzilla. And towards the end, you will see that Godzilla, I mean, it was a horror film to begin with. People want to
Yeah.
believe that or not, because it kept on evolving. It was a creature that was evolving. At the end, when they look up and it's frozen, and it's got its tail, you see hybrids or Godzilla human-sized hybrids coming out of his tail, like almost an army was being bred by him. Like, if I can't beat you straight up myself, then I'm gonna let my hybrids be my foot soldiers and take care of the rest. And who knows? And when it ended with that, you just left with, that's scary. That's scary. So seeing that the comic books maybe adapted that idea and come with the hybrid version of it, yeah. I'm loving it.
Also, would a human hybrid be able to step up to? Because we don't know like the full logistics of this. Like, is it like a human who's evolved into the kaiju, or is it like I said, like someone who took the initiative and was like, "I'm going to sleep with the kaiju," and birth this human hybrid? Can they really face up to Godzilla? Like, are they a match for Godzilla? Like, is that something that is feasible?
Not that I would question your life choice with
I
wanting to
wouldn't.
sleep with a kaiju.
Hey, to each his own. Or
Each
her
his own. Love who you want
Their
to
own.
love, I think.
There's a whole plethora and part of fandom for that. We've talked about I have a love for the Yucha, the Predator series for this, and I get a lot of the thirst traps on my TikTok.
You heard it right. Thirst traps on a predator.
Mine specifically are from Prey, which I totally understand.
Prey I like.
So
And Prey 2.
I get it.
Prey 2 is around the corner,
Yeah.
people. You already got Killer of Killers with the Predator, which was sublime.
Yeah.
I insist that you watch this. If you're a Predator fan, watch it. You will not be disappointed. 3 different stories told, and a Predator in each one going after 3 different types of warriors to really,
One of them is a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, one of them to challenge their mettle. So in that essence, good film. And then the next one coming up, Prey 2. And I think there's a third one.
It's what for Predator?
Mhm.
Badlands.
Badlands.
Badlands is the sequel to Killer of Killers, from what I understand.
So again, you're getting 3 Predators, 3 great stories, 2 animated, 1 live. I don't know what to tell you. Go to your
Alien fans
local
are
place,
also eating well too.
go to your local theater, throw money at the concession stand like they're a stripper, call a star or whatever you want to call her and say, give me 2 tickets for this. I want to watch this movie. Because that's what I would do. And here's a thought. And if I'm not mistaken, there's Fantastic Four coming out, right?
Yes.
With Fantastic Four, if you're interested, we're going to put up on our Facebook page an opportunity for you to join us to watch Fantastic Four. So we will set the date, when we're going to go and what theater we're going to. And I encourage you, come on down.
We'll do a
join
meetup
us.
spot so that we
We'll
can all meet up
split-
together
Yeah.
and sit together.
Split up some popcorn.
I'm not sharing popcorn.
I guess I'm splitting mines. Go figure. But I'm not giving up the Galactus head cup that it's coming with. That's mine. You can have the popcorn,
I'm gonna
but
bite
not
my
the
lip.
Galactus head. I'm
I
getting
cracked
that.
a lot of jokes on that the other day.
You don't. No. Not here. We are a family show. Get us canceled. But either way, please come join us. We'll announce the date when we're going to be there and what theater. And come and join us. We'd love to meet you. Love to hang out and watch this incredible film come to fold in front of our eyes. And as of now, I'm going to say we're going to call it a wrap right now for this week. Nerdoricans, the Nerd Street Edition. I'm Mo.
I'm the spawn of Satan.
And as always, live long and prosper.
Welcome to the zone where geeks collide, where comics and heroes come alive. Marvel, DC, Starfleet in the mix. Lightsabers flash, we're nerding out quick.